everybody. Namaste. Shailesh, Jorinda, Chris, Justin. How are y'all doing today? R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-E. How are you? R-R-R-R-R. Well, I think I'm all set. If not, we'll find out. Somebody will yell at me. Alright guys, thank you for coming by. Today seems like a virtual plein air kind of day. Just a nice chill, relaxed stream. My brain, I've been busy lately. I didn't do a stream on Sunday because I've been busy. Very busy. And yeah, I got dumped on with a bunch of freelance work, and I don't really want to do freelance right now. But it's good. It's a good project, so I'm doing it anyways. But it's got me busy. It's got me very, very busy. It's gonna have me busy for a while, so I might be doing the streams in and out maybe for the next couple months. We'll see. I'll try to keep to it, but if I just can't because of burnout or whatever, I'll probably skip a stream or two. But thank you guys for coming in so much. This was the first map crunch. I just opened it up just right now, and this was the first one that popped up, and I kind of like it. Let's just see what the next one is, just in case. No, doesn't beat that. This is cool, but I already did one here. This exact spot, almost. Tali, how you doing, man? Ooh, this is nice. I'm just gonna go do the first one that I saw. 0 right here. I like this. I like this moment. It's pretty cool. This is pretty sweet. Yeah. I like this view. Go for Tibet? I did one in Tibet. Wait. Oh, maybe that was Nepal. It wasn't Tibet. I would love to go to Tibet someday, though. That'd be fun. Are you guys seeing a weird bar here? Oh yeah, it is up on the stream. I don't know what's up with that. Huh. That's weird. I guess I'll have to ignore it. Hello, Jeepster. So many happy trees. You're right. You're right. You're right. Let's do it, guys. Let's get started. I got a late start today, so we got to do some catching up. One last look. This is what I found. And look, there's some swan. Plural for swan is swan, right? Or is it swans? Swain? Is that right? Could it be Swain? Maybe it's just Swan. Alright. I really want to go to Tibet. My wife hitchhiked through Tibet. As an American, it's a little harder for me to go to Tibet. I can go there, but I have to be accompanied by a chaperone. Because reasons, political reasons. They don't trust us Americans in Tibet because of the whole free Tibet thing. Swans? That's the plural? Okay. Alright. I have to believe it. I wish it was Swain. That's cooler. Swain. Alright. Swain. Hello from Thailand. I am Thai. That you are. That you are. Jorinda Becker. Hello. Thanks for coming in. I saw you wanted me to do an ESO thing. I think you made that comment. Maybe. I don't know. It's been many a years. Ooh, how big of a file is this? Ooh, that's huge. We don't need it to be that big. 4,000 pixels would do us just fine. Oh, there's a bit of lag, yeah? Let's take off some stuff here. Strange. Jeremy, do you think a bachelor's in fine art is a good degree for getting into concept art? Kyle, the degree matters not. The portfolio matters all. I got a bachelor's degree. It didn't help me get a job. My portfolio helped me get a job. The fact that I went to art school didn't really matter. Nobody cares. In the industry, at least. Alright. How should I do this? I was thinking of actually doing like a... custom shape tool thing. Let me replace these shapes with some other shapes. How about triangles? My favorite triangles here. There's a lot of triangular shapes happening here, so I think it'd be fun to play around with this. Now I'm wondering how much I should commit to triangles. Oh, and there's something else I wanted to mess with, but I might not mess with it here tonight. Let's see, color gamut wheel. Not sure if doing that search will get me there. Yeah, here it is. So there's this really cool tool I found online. It's called the Gamut Mask tool. It's free. Here's the link. I'll put it in the chats so you guys can check it out. Boom. Boom. Alright. So what you can do is you can select all these different masks and it builds a little palette for you. It's kind of cool. Since I'm trying to get myself to use different palettes, this might be a really neat tool to play around with. Just as a way of like getting something started. I think it could be a little brighter. That's the problem though, like with this you'd have to adjust the brightness. So even if you sample from it, you'd probably have to adjust the brightness a little bit to get the right colors you want. We should do like an off palette. How should I do this? There's dominant cools here, and I want my accent. Maybe something like this. No, I want it to be limited.
We sit in the sun, in veils.
It's pretty neat.
We sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use this time. Ugh. Alright.
We sit in the sun, in veils. We sleep,
So I could take a little snapshot.
and we dream. Each of us dying slowly. The prison.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I don't know if I'll use it here, but we can give it a shot, certainly. Actually, I don't want it on there. There, got my little palette there. Get rid of this. Let's get going. I'll try to use it, but I'm probably not gonna stick with it. It's too much, man. Too much dealing with that. Yeah, it's kind of cool, and I want to force myself to use different palettes. Although this palette doesn't look too different than what I would use anyways, so maybe I'm not challenging myself here, but whatever. It's Wednesday night. I just want to chill. Alright. That looks mighty saturated. So the rule is, I guess, you sample and you can adjust the saturation and the brightness. Obviously, you're going to have to do that when you use this.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
I'm already screwing up. I would like that on a separate layer. As fun as this is, I don't know about starting with the shape tool. I've done this before. I've just gone in and started, you know, picking at it with just the shape tool. But I think this time what I'm going to do is I'll start with one constraint at a time, not both the color gamut and the shape tool. So for now, I'm going to continue with the color gamut, but maybe steer away from committing the shape tool from the start. We could be here all day. It's good to put a constraint on yourself, but sometimes too many constraints can be frustrating, and I could see that getting frustrating. So let's just stick with the using the color gamut mask tool, and then I'll worry about adding in the shape tool stuff. I think it'll give it a nice look, but just later on. I want to establish a palette first. I want to figure out compositionally a way to make this look interesting. Oh, let me also share the location so you guys can check it out at home. Brockzilla, hello, thanks for following. Thank you for coming by. You guys still there? You're quiet. I guess I'm quiet too. Just want to make sure I didn't lose connection. You guys are all busy painting, I bet. Wave, hello. Sorry, sometimes I'm just like, I'm starting to think like, oh no, am I talking to myself? Is nobody even on the other end? That's cool, you guys are there. This is my first time actually painting with this color gamut mask, so who knows how this will turn out. Your texture painting? How's that going? Are you a 3D artist? You're like painting UVs or something? Bingo. Boy, this music got real techno real fast. YouTube. I find a lot of these mixes up on YouTube because usually they're multiple hours long, and I listen to the beginning. I'm like, ah, that sounds fine, and I just play it, and then it usually just automatically plays the next thing in the queue, and I don't know. I haven't been really horribly offended by the music, but I don't know. Maybe I'll change it. Just continues to be too techno sounding. It's not really what I'm into. Not sure about this color gamut thing. Not sure I'm getting like the result that I wanted from it. Or maybe it's just the palette that I picked is not great. I've been trying to stick with it. I might just abandon it. It's whatever. It was a good experiment. Whatever. I'll just try something else. Yeah, I gotta get the warm colors in there. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna dig that. This reminds me a lot of like just painting very traditionally. Like getting your basic colors out from the tube and then mixing them together. But I think very differently when I paint traditionally when I paint digitally, so that's kind of making my brain clash a little bit here. Because I just don't think of color the same way. I mean, I do it in some senses, but like the actual act of mixing is so different digitally than it is traditionally that I just like I can't like think about mixing paint the way I do traditionally but on a digital painting, because then you always end up with these gray muddy messes. With digital you kind of have to like fake things a lot more and push color a lot more because things don't blend naturally. Shanini, how are you? Let me close this out. Alright. Forget that. Moving on. Plus, in terms of design, I want to make a better designed space. So, let's... Don't worry, I'm not going to get rid of that completely. But I'm going to reapproach this image. I'm going to try something a little bit crazier. I just want the design, the composition to have a little bit more power. I felt like because I was using the color gamut thing and had all these restraints that I was just literally copying the image, and I don't want to ever copy the image necessarily. I want to make it better in any way that I can. So, quick reboot. You're liking the lines already? Yeah, I want it to... Yeah, like I said, I don't want to copy my reference. I want to make it better. So I want to try to add some excitement to everything. I do feel like my colors always kind of end up the same if I don't really force myself out. I could play with gradient maps. I've been doing that a little bit more lately. Gradient maps are pretty cool. To force myself to use different colors. If that's, you know, what the objective is for me. Yeah, the gradient maps. I haven't really gotten those to work super well for me. So that's something I want to play around with more. Just to see like if that's an avenue that I could go. Boy, it's the quiet stream today. Where's Emperor when you need Emperor here for the color commentary? Using some hot colors. Figure I could build my palette this way. And then I'll break into some other stuff. Shape tools, maybe. Build it out with triangles. Yeah, the toxic greens. What do I think about the Terracotta Warriors? It's cool. I've never been to Xi'an, so... You've never been to Xi'an. My wife's never been to Xi'an either. I'm sure we'll go sometime. Yeah, fisheye. I mean, that's kind of built into the street view, so it's kind of a easy way to get that look, because that's kind of what your reference is. But I'm pushing it a lot more. Let's get rid of this. We can start to get rid of the lines a little bit. I got some very heightened colors here. Big puffy clouds. I got all kinds of stuff worked in here now. I might thinking of like trying to mess around with different brushes. Let's do that. I want to make a bunch of new brushes for fun. Ooh, I thought I lost my street view for a second. Alright. Let's look at these trees closely. See if I can make a new brush that will give me the right feeling of these pine trees. It's an awful looking tree. Where's the light source going to be? Kind of directly above, and then there's going to be patchy clouds, including some of the light here and there. This is a horrible looking tree. I want some... This might be too many branches. I just want something like... really abstract and representative of what a tree looks like from a distance. I don't want it to be too detailed. If there's too many branches on there, it's going to look noisy in the end, or repetitive. So maybe I just trim these branches down a bit. Just going to soften up that bottom edge. Soften up the top edge slightly. Is there a difference between visual development artists and concept artists? Not really. Sometimes visual development artists is, you know, I guess all concept art is visual development as well. A lot of animation people put visual development on there because some of the job titles are just called viz dev artist, which is visual development artist. Which could be doing like color keys for shots or painting over block out of the blockouts of the animation, making it pretty, adding color and light in there. Look development is another name for it. So I guess it just depends. I would say visual development is a very general, vague term for the same thing as concept artist. Only like it's like also means, hey, I can paint and develop a look. I think, I don't know. It's just like another way of saying concept artist again, or you know, a more broader term for it, for all of that. It's kind of silly, but yeah. Okay, that's a horrible tree. Let's go with that. What I'm going to do is edit, define brush. Alright. Here's my brush at the bottom. It's terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some spacing, add some shape, a little bit of roundness jitter, slight angle jitter, because not every tree is standing up upright and perfect. Maybe a bit of size jitter. Control, no control, just a little bit of jitter. Should I put control in there? I could do pen pressure control, and then turn the minimum diameter down quite a bit, or up quite a bit. Yeah, I don't want like too much pen pressure in there. Scattering, yeah, we could do both axes. A slight bit of scattering, because we don't want our trees to be lined up. Texture, don't worry about it. Tool brush, maybe transfer a little bit. You could turn on fade, see how that works. No. Sorry, turn this on. Pen pressure, yeah, fade, pen pressure. There you go. That's what I want. And gotta have color dynamics. It's important. A little bit of hue jitter, slight saturation and brightness jitter, but that's about it. And there we go. There's our fun brush. We can get a whole mixture of different trees back there. Maybe color dynamics down a little bit more. And always make sure you save your new brush so you don't lose it. That's an important pro tip. And then let's start to shuffle in our tree here. Yeah, looks appropriately cheesy. Would environment design be hard or soft surface? Or does it depend? I guess that depends on your environment. I know what hard surface rendering is and stuff like that, but soft surface? Soft surface? Would that be like organic stuff? I guess as an environment artist, environment concept artist, you do all kinds of things. It depends so much on the project. I wouldn't say it's gotta be one or the other. I think that's a pretty successful brush. Yeah, why not? I love using color dynamics. I think as I get a little closer here, it's going to look worse. I already have my fun grass brush. Get rid of the other one. Alright. And I'll just stub in the trees here, but I probably won't keep them like that with this brush. I do like the breaking up the silhouette. I'm gonna turn transfer off for these trees because yeah, I'm gonna need them to be a little bit more opaque. You're excited for this? I'm glad you're excited for it. Just get all that in there. And of course, there's a mix of different trees here. What other kind of brush can we make? I always wondered if I could make a brush for water ripples. Oh yeah, that's real cheesy. I like it. Yin, hello. Thank you for joining. Cheesy custom brush. It always works. Though when you get close, those ripples don't look as convincing. Can really be a little wider. Flow Wizard, hi. Yeah, the cloud shapes. They're a bit intense. Urgh. Hold still. I could save this brush, why not? It's my water ripple brush. What other kind of cheesy brushes can we make? I guess I already got a lot of cheese here. What's going on in the ground? How about we'll use this cheesy brush? A little splash of red. You're probably right. Everything feels too green, right? My answer to Chris's question. Which one? Well, the hard surface thing. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Soft surface. Environment could be. I'm assuming soft surface. You mean like organic, and hard surface like mechanical stuff. Architectural stuff? Oh, that question? I said that like visual development art is like another broad term. It's really just another broad term for visual development is concept art, and concept art is visual development. But sometimes, like in animation, that could be a name of a job: visual development artist or look development artist. There's people that do like color keys and stuff like that for animation. I think that's where it comes from. It's more than just like designing a concept and putting a concept out there, but it's like making a painting and you understand color and light, you can paint. So visual development is part of that. I don't know. It's a vague term. Maybe somebody else knows like exactly what that means, but to me it's like, isn't that all the same? It kind of is all the same. My hope for this one was just speed. That's kind of why I'm using the custom brushes. That's why I made the custom brushes. I just want to see how this process works. Yeah, because it's a very fast process, just like making a custom brush and then just quickly putting things down. Yeah. I'm giving very little regard to mark making or composition or interest. It's just, it is what it is. I think what I'll do compositionally is adjust this a little bit. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And let's make this a little bigger as well. So we're a little bit more in the scene. It's a bit more broad. And what I would like to do, let's go back to my tree. There's these little trees here. These little happy trees on the island. I want to bring some more emphasis to that. I also want to make it feel like the clouds are passing over. Okay. I'll make it really warm. Yeah, really warm trees there. I make it into a mask just to save that. Boom, fast trees. Do I ever use 3D underlay for painting? Oh yeah, for things for work, I'm usually always painting over a block out of some sort. More often, I'm given a block out because the level's being made and they need someone to just paint over it and polish it and have it look like it, the way it should when everything's in and all the assets are in. So yeah, I tend to paint over those blockouts, but usually environment artists will make them, and the 3D environment artists will make them, and I'll just paint over them. Sometimes we're doing like more blue sky stuff where we're just generating ideas. I can create my own blockout, but that happens a lot less actually. It's just kind of the way we work. I'm gonna let this thing get a little loose and painterly around the edges. How about this? Use wand tool to select certain areas of this reflection. What programs do you use for blockouts? And are the blockouts usually just gray models, or are they textured, lit before the painting? Well, I would say, I mean, early on in development, there's going to be some gray box stuff. But what happens sometimes is that environment artists will kit bash something, so they'll use existing assets, and then just kind of like fake a new space, even though we haven't designed a new asset for it yet. They do that so that they can play test different areas for gameplay, and without having to commit to making all these new models and waiting for all the new assets to be put in. So they can, like, say there's a level where you have to go into this room and flip the switch. Well, we don't have a design for the switch, so they just stub in like an existing asset. I don't know, maybe it's like a I don't know, some sort of like boxy object that's not really going to be the final switch. So they put it in there, and sometimes that asset could be textured. It's something that we've used before for something else. So it's not necessarily like gray box all the time. And the programs, everybody uses Max. A lot of people in games use Max, 3D Studio Max. That is the main 3D program, I would say, for games at least. I don't know. And some people might differ and have their own preference. I feel like I should have, like, in text here, like a postcard. Where is this? Estonia? It's like a postcard, so there's a little postage stamp here. Woohoo! Yeah, Jertown. Well, that was good fun. Alright, let's see what else is going on. I quickly lost interest. Well, I got all my fun brushes made, so let's do an image where I can use my fun brushes. Huh? Back here? It won't let me leave. Uganda. I like the shack here. It's pretty cool. I like this as like a little vignette. It's fun. Times it. That was a good warm-up. Definitely better than the first attempt. Is creature sometimes creature design something I do? I'll say yes, but not with my current job. I've been all environment all day, all long. So when I was working on Elder Scrolls stuff, I definitely did a lot more creatures, designed a lot more creatures. Turn the music down just a little bit. See if I can make a fun design out of this thing. Yeah, I worked on Elder Scrolls. Did I play ESO while I was working on it? I had to play test a lot during development, and playing a game while it's in development is not fun always. So I didn't really like playtesting it a whole lot, although I had to a bunch. So by the time the game came out, I really wasn't super excited to play it because I had been working on it for 6 years. Well, actually, when it came out, I was working on it for like 4.5 years. and I wasn't too keen on playing more, let's just say. But later on, I actually started playing a lot more because I actually enjoyed playing the game, and I got pretty far. I think my character was like level 30 or so, 40. I got pretty deep into it. But the thing is like I already know a lot of what happens in the game. Like I know, it's like I start playing this mission or this quest, and I'm like, oh, I remember what this quest was like when it was in development. It wasn't very fun, and oh, they fixed that and they made that better, and oh, there's my concept, and you know, like that part of it was fun. And I watched people stream it while I was working on it, and that, you know, that's about it really. Well, that's a design. Yeah, I mean, it is fun to, when you work on a game, to see your concepts sort of get brought to life. You see things get built. Especially when you work on an asset or some structure, architecture, and you know your work is literally translated into 3D. Well, I did a lot of work. I mean, I did that work, but I also did a lot that was like more blue skying and just doing the overall environment. And sometimes like that can be a little less gratifying in the end because things have changed. I mean, it's hard to explain to somebody what you did. Like if you pointed to an actual asset in the game, you could be like, yeah, I designed that. Here's the design, and that's how it turned out. And, you know, you could be very exact about it, but like if you're like, yeah, I did all these mood paintings just to kind of explore what the whole place kind of feels like, and that's a little bit of everything, like the trees and the rocks and the grass and the colors. And I did a lot of that, so it was like, yeah, I kind of worked on the mood of the whole area. There's no like, I can't point to my dad and tell him exactly what I did. It's a little more ambiguous, but yeah, I think it's really fun. Especially, I remember the first thing I did, some statue concept, and it made it, got into the game, and that was the first thing I worked on when I got there. And just seeing and being able to see it in game, it's like, oh wow, it's cool, And I think eventually we changed it because we changed the direction of the game 2 more times before it came out. I did an updated version of that statue, and that's the one that's in the game. It was, oh, what was it? It was, there's a lot of deities. It's like a Breton deity. I don't know, whoever the Bretons worship. I did a statue of that guy. So, that's in the game. I mean, that was like the first thing I ever worked on. And that was, that's exciting to be able to do that. Let's play with some circles here. These trees are a bit circular in their silhouette. And I want to kind of follow my lines here a bit. And punching out a circle counts. That's also a circle. Yeah, did any of you guys play Elder Scrolls Online? It's okay if you didn't. I mean, I admit I didn't really play a whole lot. I sure played the hell out of Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim, and I'm just not an MMO person. I've never really been an MMO person. I've tried so many, like I've played a ton, but I go through the same thing. I get to like level 20, and that's usually when I start to teeter out. I just start to like, I could see the grind. That's usually when the grind kicks in. Like the first 20 levels, it's fun. Like you're leveling up a lot, you're getting a lot of new stuff at a fast pace. And then somewhere around level 20, you start to go, okay, I've seen this quest before, and my experience is going up a lot slower. I'm not getting as many weapons as I was. I'm starting to lose interest. And that's usually how it goes with me and MMOs. And plus, like, I just don't have the time to play a whole lot anyways. So when I see, like, my time ticking away, I just go, nope, not doing that anymore. I got other things to do. Let's make this a mask. Okay. Oh yeah, you played to 49? Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, MMOs aren't for you either. Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah, the cinematic trailers were done by Blizzard. And it was fun to kind of help them and work on that. It was exciting to see those come through. I did, there's a couple scenes I did like a matte painting for in the scene, in the cinematic trailer. It's like that, there's that moment where I think they're like climbing up, what are they doing? They're climbing up these walls, and they get to the top of one of the walls, and there's all this fog, and then the fog clears, and then you see Cyrodiil off in the distance. It's like, oh, that was me. That's fun. And, you know, it's fun to get to work on that stuff. I think it was the first cinematic trailer. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, MMOs. I don't know. There's still like so many people playing World of Warcraft right now. It's crazy. They still have millions of subscribers. It's like, really? You guys are still playing that game? Well, people, it's like a whole social network, you know. I guess that's kind of what keeps people in there. And I never really got into the social aspect of it. I mean, all my friends are too busy to play MMOs. No one's playing MMOs among my friend group. I guess I'd have to get on there and meet people, but I don't want to talk to people online. Who wants to do that? I get enough of that in Overwatch. That's already too much. Dealing with people. Little known fact. You ready for some hot scoops on Elder Scrolls Online? I'm sure nobody cares. It's been It's been years. But originally, we weren't going to have Blur do it. We were going to have Weta do it, Weta Workshop. And we had this terrible marketing guy who insisted, somehow convinced the company to spend millions of dollars. What did I just do? To spend millions of dollars on getting Weta Workshop to make our cinematic trailer. Which to us is like, that's fucking cool. That's awesome. But they got out their B team. They got out their whoever shot Xenia Warrior Princess. They got that team to do our cinematic trailer. And our marketing guy was adamant that he be a part of the production and help direct it. I mean, I can't really say for sure what his part was in that, but he had a big part in it. And it was terrible. It was like... You ever seen the Polish Witcher movie? It's like that. Or you ever seen Xenia War or Beastmaster or Xenia Warrior Princess at their worst? It's like that. It's like someone took their LARPing session and filmed it with horrible quality special effects. Like, they did a really good job making all the props and stuff, but they had a Khajiit in there with like this rubber mask, and whenever he would move, it would like shake in a unnatural way. It was just, it was so bad. Like he brought the video back, and he was so excited to show us, and we had a little screening with the studio, and everyone was excited to see it, and everyone was just like dead silent, no clapping at the end, no excitement. We're all just like, what? You can't go public with this, you know that, right? And they had spent millions of dollars. Like, Bethesda spent so much money, it's crazy. So much money on that thing. And what's great is that, like, with every new employee, we always have to show it to them, because it's just so funny that, like, it became such a joke. Like, everyone who was new, they're like, oh my god, did you see this? You gotta see the video. You didn't see the video yet, did you? You gotta see the video. And then we'd show it to people, and it was just so hilarious. Millions of dollars on that stupid movie, because they wanted to make like a 20-minute movie with a story, characters. I mean, they burned so much money for that game. It's incredible. They're still trying to get their money back. And Weta, I mean, of all places, this was before they needed to finish up, because they're going to start working on The Hobbit, the first Hobbit movie. So they needed their workshop people back, and they brought out their B team for sure. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. Needless to say, that marketing guy found new employment. Not too much longer after that. It was bad. I don't know. That's a big secret. But, like, I feel like it's enough time has passed. What are they gonna do? There's worse things I could share, but I'm not gonna share any of that. We're all friends here. It's not like this is going on the internet or anything. Yeah, the marketing guy didn't hang around. No. It's just, I mean, it was a gift that kept on giving. It was just so funny. I bet they still show it to new employees there in secret. But then we got Blur to do the trailer, and they were, of course, so much better. It's really hard to do like a proper live action trailer for a video game. And a German company did the one for Skyrim. And that's the kind of quality we were thinking we were going to get. But the thing is like they took the budget that it cost for that, and they made like a 2-minute trailer, and we were going to make a 20-minute thing. And you can't spread the money that thin. But yeah, if you ever seen the Skyrim live action trailer, it's really good. And I even saw it air not too long ago when they had the re-release for Skyrim. One of the latest editions. They actually pulled that trailer back out because it was so good. But yeah, Blur's the best. I don't even know if they do that anymore because they were going to work on they worked on Deadpool. It's because my friends that were concept artists there got laid off because they were just switching into production for Deadpool. Bethesda's a really great company with lots of stories. I love the stories there. Yeah, it's amazing how much publishers will spend on a game product for like marketing and stuff. It's just ridiculous. And I feel like games are, they have such a shelf life. Like a good movie can be timeless, but games age. Especially 3D games, they age sometimes poorly. So I feel a little weird when I see them spending so much money on marketing. Like a new Call of Duty or something. It's like, it's a product that they want you to pay for and play for a year, and then they want you to get the new one the next year. It's like they expend so much like energy, and then they just want you to stop playing that one and buy the new one. It just seems like a waste sometimes. Why not make like a product that you could come back to years and years and years? Like, I like the idea. I like what Hitman was doing. The IO was doing with Hitman, where they'd have the same maps, but they would like change it or update it a little bit, and then they would change the mission and what you're doing in the game. But they wouldn't throw away their assets, right? They would reuse them, but mix up the gameplay in an interesting way. It's like so much work thrown away. It's not thrown away, I mean, it's always there. But it's like, yeah, games have a shelf life that things like movies don't, or animations, animated movies don't. They're a bit more timeless. Like if you go back and play a 3D game from a generation or two ago, it doesn't age well. They really don't age well. They look and play terribly. And when you think about all the resources that go into making that kind of game, it's just crazy. Well, I guess in that case, MMOs are the best because they like to reuse a lot in MMOs. They really utilize their assets. Everything was about efficiency. Start painting something else. I'm gonna run out of time. Beta, hello. Thank you. Oh, from Poland. Welcome. Let's get this ground going. What do you say? Can't stand for that green anymore. Yeah, that's a good example. The original Doom is very good. I actually sometimes just play Doom and Quake, the original, because it's still so good. It still plays really good. Yeah, that's a good example. It's hard to get that, though. It is really hard to achieve that. I think a lot of Nintendo games are pretty, even the 3D one. Like, you could probably play Mario 64 still, right? That's probably still good. I played that re-release of Ocarina. It's alright. Wasn't bad. I think Nintendo's good at doing that. I think maybe the part of it is just when games try to go realistic. Because as technology gets better, we're able to make things look more like Uncanny Valley, like more realistic. So then if you go back in time and look at when we were trying to do realism but weren't very good at doing realism, it immediately looks dated. Modding community, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of publishers are wary of that because they don't know how to monetize it. And I think that's the problem. They have a hard time just letting something out there and go for free and then not monetizing. But, you know, Steam Workshop was good for that. I think that was a positive for modders. Oh, and Skyrim was, you know, Skyrim and Fallout, you know, big modding community. So Bethesda's pretty good with the modding scene, I think. Alright, let's paint these structures. Shinoda! Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Let's add a little bit of humidity here. You could probably get rid of some of these lines. Or at least, well, take it down a notch. I think maybe on the building is the only place I want them. I think I've had enough of this music. I don't know about this anymore. How about... There we go. Hey, what's your average workload for work? Well, I get in at 10 and I leave at 7. And I'm working most of the time while I'm there, in case there's, but unless there's meetings or something like that, or the occasional goofing off. I'd say the workload is not too bad. I think it was a lot more at, you know, ZeniMax working on Elder Scrolls. I think was a lot more. I think the workload was definitely greater. I think the circumstances are just a little different where I'm at now. I probably make a painting a day almost at work, but it's at a rougher state. Kind of my pace has been like making like a full painting over a block out a day, and then I don't know if everyone likes it and it's the direction we're gonna go, maybe I'll spend an extra day on it, polishing it. But I work relatively quick on that stuff, so. I think the workload is very comfortable for me right now. But I come home and I do, well, lately I've gotten some freelance, which by the way, I had to postpone the mentorships, unfortunately, just because I've had some freelance get dumped on me that I don't want to say no to necessarily. Seems cool. I mean, I would normally just say no because I don't really need it, but in this case I like the people I work with, I like the project, so I'm gonna do it. It kind of just happened all of a sudden, so it's like, okay, well I guess the next 2 months of my life are taken up. But I like to spend a good amount of time doing personal work. Making recordings, making videos, doing streaming, that's fun. And then I like to have a night during the week where I'm not doing any of the artwork. I just come home from work and not do more artwork. That's nice too. So is there nothing for artists to do when the game is close to complete? Usually by the time the game gets towards launch, like concept artists are already working on the next thing, usually before that. And if they're, in some cases, if you work at a studio where everything is hinging off this one game, you'll sometimes work on a project that, you know, it's just kind of made up. Sometimes they'll just like make up a thing. I did that before. You work on a fake project for a little bit that everyone knows is kind of fake, just to keep you busy until they figure out what's next. That happens. Or you're working on DLC, whatever the DLC is. In which case, for an MMO, that stuff never ends. There is no like completion. Is there any particular reason why some developers don't release concept art for a game? There's no good reason why they don't. I would say if they release, I think when they release concept art prior to a game's launch, you get marketing involved and you get the publisher involved, and there could be a lot of red tape pertaining to that. Like, is it fully representative? Is it part of their marketing plan? You know, these marketing plans are worked over months and months ahead of time. Is it yeah, like I said, is it representative of the game right now? And then you have to think, like, well, are there photos involved in the painting? Do we have all the rights to the photos? Is there logos or trademarks or blah blah blah? So usually when it comes to marketing and pre-release information, they keep it close. Marketing likes to keep it close to what they're doing. They don't want to show a piece of concept art that might give away something they're not ready to show. It's not a good reason. Sometimes they'll be like, alright, well, we're going to have an art book later, so don't worry about it. I get frustrated when they have things like where they won't let you share the work that you did, even though the game's already out. I remember I got really angry because, like, there was some concept, there's some work that I did that was in the game, in like load screens, I think. And okay, there's people streaming the game. They're streaming the game everywhere. They're obviously looking at these load screens. I did some paintings for the load screens. I would like to be able to share them on my personal blogs or, you know, social media. And they were like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Not allowed to do that. It's like, well, literally everybody else is allowed to share my artwork, but I'm not. How does that make sense? So I took it up with them, and then eventually they're like, okay, fine, whatever. And then I just started doing it. Actually, before that, I actually started just posting it anyways. Just like, whatever. You're not... Are you serious? Like, the paintings are in the game. People are looking at them on stream. People are actually taking screenshots of these images and posting it on their own thing. Yet I'm not allowed. The one who actually made it... Yeah, it's ridiculous how they can get... No, I mean, I could use it however I want. Like, now I especially don't care. I'll just share whatever from Elder Scrolls. Like, who cares? They can yell at me if they don't like it. Sí, sí. Garrett, what's up, man? Alright, Justin, have a good night. Gary! Good to see you on Twitch. Do you look at Twitch streams much, Garrett? Let's use my cheesy tree brush for the background. Let's put on color dynamics again. Even though you're probably not going to see much of this. I just want to use it. Making it peak. Yeah, this really looks like Uganda, these cypress trees or evergreen trees. Yeah, I watch some stream stuff. There's a game I'm interested in. Some Overwatch people. Because I'm kind of into Overwatch, so. You did stream, actually? That's fun. I think it'd be fun to stream games. Horizon was taking up too much of your time. That's a long game. I played like 4 or 5 hours a week for like 2 months. That was like the only game I played for 2 months. And now I have Zelda, but I have like no time. We've been playing Mario Kart on the Switch more than I've been playing Zelda. Just because Zelda demands so much time. I just don't have it right now. Yeah, and now I have like some a film that I was started working on has called back and asked for a lot more work. So 2 months of my life will be taken up. I shouldn't even be doing this stream right now. I should probably be working on that stuff. But basically, I'm going to have no weekends for a couple months. Oh, did you listen to the new Telephone Tel Aviv? I should probably play that instead of this garbage. I only heard a couple songs from it, and I was like, stream the work. Yeah. You're funny. It sucks, man. I can't show anything I spend all day doing. So instead I do these little paintings here, little sketches. But it's fun. I like experimenting with these virtual plein air paintings. I like trying new processes. It's like stuff I've been thinking about painting, or like in terms of technique, but not actually doing. So this is giving me an excuse to try out stuff. So thanks guys for watching. If you're even watching. I know a lot of you guys are working and doing artwork and stuff, so. But anyways, yeah, it sucks that I can't like show all the stuff I'm doing. And I have a few personal paintings that I'm working on that are just kind of in the background that I'll probably pick at for a while. I was looking at some Jerome paintings and I was like, man, that guy. I should do a painting like a Jerome painting. Just spend months and months and months on one image. I don't know why I have a desire to do that. But I'll never want to stream anything like that. Because I think I'm at my best when I'm not thinking about the stream, but I'm actually just focused on the painting. Sketches har. They are. How does one get into the mentorship once the 2 months are over? All you have to do is send me an email and some work samples. And if you can even do that now, you can send me something. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do the mentorship right now, but I have 2 people lined up. I think maybe at most I could do 3 at a time. So please send. So I've got, yeah, there's a couple people that are interested. Their work is roughly about the same. They're kind of in the same place. So I think it'd be good to start with them too. And then if I find like another pairing of people that are kind of in the same place artistically, then maybe I can do another one. That's a little bit different. So just send away. Send me an email. And the subject, just put mentorship, and then send me some artwork samples, and I'll have a look. And then in 2 months, when I have time, we'll get this thing going, because I really want to do it. And I feel super bad like not being able to do it right now. I was apologizing profusely to the guy. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Just stuff happens. And I'm glad it happened now and not like while I'm in the middle of it. In the middle of the mentorship, that'll be really awkward. And I want to, if I do it, I'm going to fully commit to it. So I have to wait till my time frees up. John Way, see you later, man. I'm just picking at these trees. Time to move on. Thank you, John Way. Have fun at work. So apparently my parents watched my stream, or at least the replay of it. That's a scary thought. They haven't seen me in a while, so they're like, "Oh, you look so different." Parents. Alright, let's add some details. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. We're gonna go back to Cleveland in July. It's gonna be weird visiting there without you. Because at least while you were there, I could get a little break from my family. But I'm gonna have a whole week with them. I'll pop this red out a little bit more. Ooh, bug. Yeah, it'll be around 4th of July. That's when we're going. I don't mind visiting during 4th of July. I think it's a good time to be in the Midwest. What location am I painting? I'm painting in Uganda. Uganda. Let me, sorry guys, I didn't do this earlier. There you go. You can take a look at it. kind of like this overcast mood. I was thinking about adding in some sunlight. Just faking it. Yeah, man, I'm all about these like off the beaten path locations. It's like somebody's home. Yeah, it's really cool. Well, there's in the shot. It's just all overcast. So I thought about faking direct sunlight. There's a splash of red. Boom. I knew there was something wrong with the other one that I was doing. I just didn't have that splash of red. It's neat, but there's no subject. There's nothing going on. It's just kind of like whatever. Not a big deal. I never filled in the trees over here. Best do that real quick. Huh. How did that move? Just trying things out. If I do fake the light. Yeah, overcasts. Yeah, I'm not doing a Simon Stollenhag painting. I can add some color in there, some light. Is this a puddle or something? No, it's just some debris. Lots of debris. Stuff on the ground. I don't know, trash. It's a lot of little details. I'm just sort of indicating them. Not specifically, just... Let's go greener for the grass. There's a brick pattern. Can I make a brick brush real quick? And then we'll call it. Alright, I'll do the brick and then fake the light. Let's try this. Bricks are kind of like this, right? Brick brush. This can't be too perfect. Alright. Define brush preset. Okay. This is probably awful. Let's take off color dynamics. Oh, look at that. Alright, so I made a few new brushes here. Wasn't a total waste. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up. I'm on a weird layer. Okay, fake the light time. Giorgio, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming by. This is the best part. Having breakfast. Where's that layer? Or did I collapse it? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna end it here, guys. Fake the lighting. Fake the lighting. What it is it's just a new layer. I just copy merged a whole new layer, and then I just, you know, pumped up the values to make it brighter and more contrasty, and I also color balanced it to be a lot warmer. And I just used a mask and just masked out certain areas of it. So then you have the fake light worked in there. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. So we had one warm up. I made some fun brushes. And then here's the other one, the second one. And I made a brick brush, which turned out alright. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining today. I'll see you all next time.